Lopez. Let's get loud. Hey, y'all. Good evening, YouTube family. Welcome back to JoJo Speaks for our night of hot topics and social commentary here with JoJo Speaks and his friends, y'all. Y'all are all my friends. Thank y'all so much for being here. A couple of things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So why don't you go ahead and mash it? Also, give us a thumbs up on this video. Let us know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Be sure to leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the topics that we're discussing tonight. Be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know that JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Quick announcement. I did post, I think it was yesterday, I posted a video on my review of Housewives of Potomac reunion altogether. I didn't do like a section by section. I just did an overall review on the entire reunion altogether. And also, I did a review on the most recent episode of Married to Medicine. So be sure to check that out as well. 2 recorded videos for you guys to check out. Thank y'all so much for once again supporting me. Genesita, how goes it, my love?
It is going swimmingly. I don't know if you know this, but tomorrow is Friday.
It is. Yes, I am aware.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I have already made a decision on how I'm going to celebrate Friday. Can I tell you, Jonathan?
Tell me something good.
I'm getting some sushi. I'm so excited.
That's awesome. You know, you can I tell you a secret?
Tell me a secret.
I've never had sushi before.
I'm not surprised.
It just doesn't, like, when I see it, it's not like, ooh, I just want to eat some sushi. Like, but maybe after I taste it, I will get that sensation.
Go the safe route. I know you're okay with shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
So shrimp tempura is basically fried shrimp.
Okay.
Have a shrimp tempura roll and try it that way.
Do I need any dipping sauce or?
Usually, I'd say try it first without anything, just so you can see what it is. And some people usually dip it in soy sauce, for a little flavor. People use wasabi, which is spicy.
Yeah.
Or like, I know you wouldn't get like the ginger, like I know you wouldn't like that, but yeah, that's how I'll do it.
Okay. All right. Well, you enjoy your sushi tomorrow, girl. So any comments that we need to get to before we get started with our hot topics?
Of course. Dustin's here.
Hey, Dustin.
Bianca's here. Thank you so much for letting everybody know to hit the thumbs up and subscribe as they come on in. And make sure to share this video, you guys. Let everybody know that you're watching JoJo Speaks. Bianca said hello to Dustin. Miss Kim is here.
Good hello, evening, Miss Kim. Another picture as well. Look, the pink flowers in your eyes.
Oh, yeah. I see it now.
That's
she says, hey, J&J. She made sure to say hello to Dustin and Bianca. Bianca said, happy Thursday, Miss Kim. Miss Kim said, I almost made a mimosa this morning.
Ooh, I love me a mimosa.
Thank you for operating in integrity. Okay. But I didn't do
class.
It. Bianca says, I don't think if I could eat seafood that I would like the texture of sushi. I'm a texture person. I'm a texture person as well. I cannot do anything really soft like that. Mm-hmm. So that's why you know fried shrimp, right? And you know the texture of shrimp and stuff like that. I promise you that is a start. It was a start for me. I still eat it to this day. Miss Kim said maybe I'll get some ramen tomorrow. That's another thing I would love to do. Go get some real ramen and also some pho. I like the noodles for pho. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry. Miss Robin, she said I'm here.
Hey, Miss Robin, Auntie Robin. And just to clarify, what do you mean by real ramen? I know what you mean, but for the folks out there who may not know what you mean when you're referring to real ramen.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to somebody's ramen restaurant, Japanese and stuff like that, and just really have a nice bowl of ramen. I'm gonna let you see some pictures of what I'm talking about, so you can understand what I mean by real ramen. I ain't trying to get nothing fresh out the cake. You know what I'm saying? I want so So some of the good stuff, and with some really good broth and stuff. Nothing coming from a pig. You know.
The funny thing is, I've always loved the taste of raw ramen, like right out the
Mhm.
pack. Like
Yeah,
I've always loved the taste of that. It always tastes so good to me.
it's always very tasty. Um, Bianca says, Miss Kim, from work today, I had to have some red Moscato. Mm, anything to keep you from fighting people. I love it.
Okay, keep your foot from putting your hands on them, honey.
Ciao. Joseph is here. Hello, Joseph.
Hey, Joseph.
He says, "Good evening." Like, share, do it, mash the buttons, show love, or I will show love that you might not like how it feels, but it'll still be love. Just ask the power sword about that. All
All
right.
right.
Bianca says hello to Miss Robin and to Joseph. Miss Kim says, "Hey Robin, hey Joseph," and Joseph also says, "Let's take a brief moment to tell JoJo how much he has impacted us all." Oh, I'll start. JoJo has changed my world with his presence. Who's going next?
Joseph, you are too sweet. You are too sweet. How'd you get to be so sweet? How'd you get to be so sweet? Well, I asked you very kindly, or something. I don't know the entire song, but I love that song from Mad TV. Shout out to Mo Collins. Okay.
Okay, oh gosh, and recently seen her on an episode of a show. Recently, she still look good. That's a good looking, funny woman.
Okay.
Joseph says hello to the power sword herself. Miss Kim says, I had no meetings today. I really could have had the mimosa. Well, why didn't you have a mimosa?
You
Well,
should
let me
have. You
stop.
should have celebrated for no meetings, honey. Okay.
Okay. Shoot, I would be celebrating too. Joseph says, "Ooh, red Moscato. I ain't got no red, but I do have 7 daughters. White. Oh, and I might finish it tonight.
Okay.
Okay,
Can we hold you to that, Joseph? Can we
okay."
hold you to it?
Oh, Bianca says Jonathan is so authentic, and I love how. And then she said, "Hit the buttons." She, I'm sure she's gonna finish that later.
Okay.
Hit the oh, she said, she said, "Hit the button before I finish, y'all."
I like
We'll
that.
get
I
back
like
to
that.
you.
Going to send out some condolences. First off, Dolly Parton's husband, Carl Thomas Dean, he passed away this past week. She posted
No.
on her Instagram. Um, so our condolences to Dolly Parton and her entire family and his entire family, as
Mhm.
well as they deal with his passing. The biggest passing that took place, and I actually saw it in real time because I was watching Alexander Rogers' pop roast with Chris. And near the end of the pop roast, they saw the posting by Angie Stone's daughter that she posted on Twitter, that Angie Stone passed away. She passed away in a car accident. So I think she was traveling from Alabama to New Orleans
Orleans.
to
Mhm.
perform for a Mardi Gras event. It was so shocking to me that to hear of Angie Stone's passing. And Jennifer, I still remember you bumping her first album like crazy. I don't know if it was her first album or one of her albums that she
It's
was.
Mahogany Soul, like
Okay,
one of
okay.
many.
I remember you just bumping that nonstop, and I don't think I ever really appreciated Angie Stone the way that I really should have, because
Hmm.
I wish I didn't miss you anymore. It's like my favorite song from her. Um, but I feel as though she was definitely an underrated woman, and of course, I loved her on R&B Divas. I didn't understand why she would be on that type of show, to be honest, because she didn't seem like the type to do reality TV. But
Mhm.
she was a great addition to that show. I think she
Yes,
came
she
in on
was.
in the second season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Um, and she was going to take that motherly role. Yes, Faith is here, but I'm in charge of the girls, honey. Okay, and she wanted to
Can't
be
tell
in
me
charge
nothing else.
of the girls, and she would not hear anything else of it. Um, but it's just so sad that Angie passed away. She was back in, I think it was in December. She had posted a video of trying to get her royalties from Universal Music Group, and some people were saying that there's some speculation of some hanky panky going on in the music industry. And
People
when
feeling
people start
ways.
speaking out about them not getting their money, and all of a sudden this happens and that happens, I'm not saying anything towards that, but I'm just saying that the talk is out there. But you know coincidences. But condolences to her and her family. I don't know whether I know that she's originally from South Carolina. I don't know if I
She
believe
is.
she's originally from South Carolina, so I don't know if she will be laid to rest here in South Carolina. Not exactly sure when the services will be held, but
Columbia
uh,
at that.
Columbia, South Carolina. So and Jennifer used to actually work with her daughter. And
No, I
so
went to school with her
went
at
to
South
school with
Carolina
her.
State. We were on the band
Okay.
together. Diamond.
Gotcha. Okay. And so just the condolences to a true legend in the neo soul slash R&B music game. She definitely had her place in history in that genre.
It's
Jennifer, what were your
mhm.
thoughts on Angie Stone altogether? And what was your reaction when you heard this news?
I just think when I think of Angie Stone, I know she's way more than I know or revere her for, but um, for she had just a really great space in neo soul. Um, she had that brother song. It's very
My brother, I love you. I'll never try to hurt you.
wonderful, and just like you said, that Mahogany Soul. That is the one album that I do have of hers, and I still listen to it to this day.
Mm,
Because of just how chill it is. Though a lot of it may be about breaking up and stuff like that, it was such good, solid music, and her voice is wonderful with it. Um, and knowing Diamond and just seeing that tweet from her, it's sad. It's all very sad. And she was she was the only one to go to glory from that wreck, Jonathan.
yes, weren't there like almost 8 to 11 people in that bus?
And she was the only one to go.
Wow.
That bot it's like a sprinter van or whatever that they were
Okay.
in.
Okay.
And it was just I'm doing my best not to, try to pry or wonder simply because it's not my place. And on top of that, what I will do is just continue to put my faith in God. If
Right.
there is anything fishy, that it will be brought to whatever light needs to be, and whoever needs to get theirs. God bless.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
but God rest her soul, and I just pray peace for her and the rest of the family.
Is that your phone continuously going off?
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Okay, because I showed up here loud and clear.
It is loud and clear.
Well, I won't say loud and clear, but I could hear it. And I feel like if I could hear it, I think maybe others might be able to
Perhaps,
hear it. Perhaps.
perhaps, and you know what? I am. um, I have did my due diligence to turn all of that Karen on off.
Thank you. It's just distracting. I'm sorry. It's just a little distracting.
No, no, huh? I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me hit these comments. There's plenty of comments.
Because this
Um,
Discord is going off.
Ciao. Okay, okay. Seafood. I'm here. She said hi. Oh, okay. She had no meetings today. I accidentally lost where I was. Anywho, Joseph says, I'm held, honey. Ain't gotta push me too hard after the day I had. I'm in after the day he had in the deep. Um, Robin put some notes here when we were singing. How'd you get to be so sweet? Um, Miss Kim says Jonathan is a sweetheart. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Kim.
Um, Bianca says, I love how authentic Jonathan is, and he encourages me to fight my fears of taking the necessary steps that I need to make in my life.
I'm honored. I'm honored, Bianca. Thank you for those kind words.
Miss Kim says, Angie Stone's passing took me down. Yeah, I love that sister. Down. Yeah, yeah. Bianca says, loved her on R&B Divas. I loved her. Yeah, I feel like she bought R&B Divas down to earth a little bit.
Very much so. Very
because
much so.
because there's so many people walking around like I'm up here, and we're on R&B Divas. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but we were in the same place. Let's keep that funky. Uh,
Okay.
and Angie, you never got that from Angie as if she was being,
Higher
um,
than
high
higher
and
than
mighty.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, Joseph says Angie's song in kept me in a time that very few know about. Jen does. The same reason I broke down from what you said, sis. Oh yeah, what brother did for me. She was medicine for my soul.
That's beautiful.
Amen. Miss Kim says Angie started in a rap trio. Yes.
Yes, she
Then
did.
the R&B group Vertical Hold. She played the saxophone, and she was a bad chick. Okay. And also Joseph Jarrell says, when is the last time you told yourself you're a bad chick, Miss Kim? Joseph, you better say that.
Okay.
When? If it wasn't today, let's fix that, sis.
Let's please. So the Oscars were this past weekend, y'all.
Woo!
Uh, I did see the performance of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. I love that Cynthia Erivo sang "Home" from The Wiz. Like I completely love that Ariana sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" from The Wizard of Oz, and then they both sang "Defying Gravity" together. I thought they performed very well. I felt like Cynthia's nails were slightly distracting, just slightly distracting. But hey, she sounded great, and it is what it is. She also looked great. Um, I can't say that I was surprised that neither one of them won the Oscars that they were nominated for. I don't
Me
know
either.
exactly. Zoe Saldana won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, which is what Ariana Grande was nominated for. That was Zoe Saldana's first Oscar. I was so happy for her. I loved her acceptance speech. She definitely spoke to the fact that both of her parents were immigrants and, things of that nature. And, speaking to the times that we're living in today. I love that. Also, the costume designer from Wicked, his name is Paul Tazwell. Paul Tazwell. He became the first Black man to win for Best Costume Design in the Oscars for his designs that he made for The Wiz. Also, the Vanity Fair Oscar party. When I tell you everybody was in that thing, I mean everybody was in that thing. Like it was so many, and I'm only speaking from the African American celebrity side of things. Like there were so many people there, and I loved all the red carpet looks. Sierra was my favorite. I know we talked about it on. I think it was this past Monday. I love the dress, the pants that she wore, that whole jumpsuit thing that she had on. Child, it was beauty must. It was beautiful. But yeah, the Oscars happened. I know Coleman Domingo was nominated for Best Actor, and his I think it was Sing. I think the movie he was in was called Sing or something of that nature. But he played a prisoner in which that they were creating some type of program to help those prisoners that were actually in confinement at that time. But and I did love his suit. He had on like this red jacket, which had like a tail on the front end of it, black pants. It was beautiful. I loved Oprah's dress. She had on a kind of a version of what Billy Porter wore some years ago, a tuxedo with a skirt. I loved what she wore. Whoopi looked good. Queen Latifah, she performed a tribute to Quincy Jones that Whoopi and Oprah actually introduced. And so I always love to see Queen Latifah performing. And to be honest, like before Queen Latifah started singing, I never envisioned her singing. But I guess she found her voice, and I love to hear her singing, and I love that Hollywood has accepted her singing voice. Jennifer, what are your thoughts on the Oscars altogether? Anything that you want to highlight before we move on?
Oh, I didn't care. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, it's okay if you didn't care. It is
Sure.
a okay.
The only thing that I enjoyed about the Oscars, I didn't watch it nor pay too much attention to who won or not. I did like was it the Vanity Fair
Yes,
party pictures? I
yes.
enjoyed those pictures, and I also enjoyed the pictures for Jay-Z and Beyonce's party that they have every
Okay,
year for the Oscars. So those are some good pictures. But yeah, I didn't really pay. Now, okay, I got to keep it real. I did see a little bit of Cynthia and Ariana's performance, and I
okay,
kind of felt sorry for them because it's like I kind of knew that they weren't going to win anything, and I felt
right.
like they were kind of like, dag nabbit, got them over there just to do nothing. But then again, it's good to be nominated, right?
Right. Typically, those like huge blockbuster movies don't typically win. Those actors in those categories typically don't win for their roles. It's almost always those Oscar baity type of movies
Hmm.
that win more often. But it's still okay to be nominated. It's still an honor to be nominated, rather.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, any comments before we move on, girl?
Well, yes. Let's see. Miss Kim says it's been for never, Joseph Jarrell. Bianca says, now Miss Kim, we ooh, we don't bow when we see you for that not to be part of your daily affirmations. Miss Kim says, Coleman Domingo can dress. Yes, he can.
He can, absolutely. Did I say his name right? Coleman Domingo? Did I say that right?
I reckon.
I hope I did.
Um, but yeah, okay.
Cool. So, um, some stuff, a surprising post on TikTok this past week. Casey Anthony resurfaced after years after she was acquitted of excommunicating her daughter.
Okay.
I can tell you, I was shocked by that verdict because it was clear that she covered it up. It was clear that anyways, she came back out and she has reintroduced herself
Ooh,
as
child.
an as a woman, an LGBTQ plus law advocate, and a law advocate like in general. So, what are her qualifications for, giving out? I'm assuming she would be giving out some type of legal advice. I know she's not. She hasn't presented herself as a lawyer of any sort. I'm surprised that she's putting herself back out here. Does she think that she's going to be just welcomed back into the fold as just a regular everyday regular specular old woman, just this random white lady, and that she's here to advocate for me and my LGBTQ plus rights, or whatever rights that she's allegedly fighting for nowadays. This is crazy to me. It makes no sense to me. But I'm sure there will be people who will take her up on her advice, who will just want to be, I don't know if she would represent anyone in particular or want to get advice from her just because her name is Casey Anthony. So I don't know if it was a smart thing for her to do. Maybe she's just trying to get her money up. I don't know. Jennifer, you saw the entire video. I only saw a clip of it. What was it that she's doing, and why do you think she's doing this? And do you think that people will be will take her up on her offering her advocacy?
Well, first of all, she got over 30 something thousand followers on TikTok. I think before they deleted her account, I think they deleted her account recently
Oh wow.
on TikTok. Um I hope everybody remembers who Casey Anthony was, but she's a woman that was accused of ushering her daughter to glory, and she was just a cute little something or another.
Really
Um,
cute.
on the same night where her daughter might have been in Jesus's hands, literally. Um, She was seen out partying, pictures of it as well, that
Mm-hmm.
very night. Does it show it's just beyond like all the evidence and stuff like that, it's just crazy. And for her to be under the impression that her getting herself out, it's like it's one thing to just go ahead and live your life, but trying to be a part of everybody else's life and have your face be in front of our face when you did what you did.
Allegedly.
And we'll use that loosely.
Okay.
Because that's really it's really despicable.
Mm.
But I loved the rage that she was blessed with as a result of making that little video trying to reintroduce herself. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, not mentioning the reason the reason why people know her name. But another thing that really kind of like I think maybe happy was that she bought not Casey Anthony. She bought Nancy Grace from out of from out of quietness.
Out of the depths, honey.
I didn't know that she was still doing the show. If she's doing the show, I don't know. But
She is doing the show. I've seen her
okay,
show on Peacock. Yeah,
okay,
it's on some random law network of some sort, like an
okay.
online based law network. Yeah.
So she got her show up and going, and she certainly let Casey have it,
Oh, I
honey.
need to find that on YouTube.
Because she was talking about how, oh, you're a legal advocate. Yeah, ever since you were accused of letting go your daughter, just like advocate. She went on. I'm sure you know, Nancy Grace went on for 40 days and 40 nights, as she should.
Absolutely.
Um,
She was the
but
main
yes,
one thing, and she was pictured at the bar the same night her daughter went missing. I can't do no country accent like Nancy Grace can. Hers is like a some type of other type of country accent.
more a
I don't,
deeper twang.
deeper twang. Yeah, yeah. It's ugh.
Mi- Miss Nana is
Hey, Miss
here.
Nana.
Hello, peace and blessings. She said Casey's delusional.
Delusional. You right
She made
about
sure to
that.
say, "Hey, y'all." Miss Kim says, so she got turned out during. So she got turned out during the time she was behind bars.
Okay.
Girl, go live your life privately. We don't care. We don't. Leave us alone.
We really don't, girl. We don't.
Oh gosh. Bianca gave Miss Nana a wonderful welcome into the chat. Um Miss Kim says women who harm their children get nothing from me. I have fertility issues, and it enrages me to hear about moms sending their babies to glory. Exactly.
It's
Absolutely
ridiculous.
disgusting. Um, Bianca also says the encouragement buttons, yeah, the engagement, sorry. The engagement buttons puts JoJo Speaks in the algorithm and suggests us to more viewers. Please hit these little bubbles in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's get these
Please and
folks
thank
know we're
you.
here. Yes, yes. But yeah, she can go kick rocks
Okay. I
barefoot.
will say though, it doesn't look like she's aged much. Like
Oh, she look good.
she
She do
still
look
look
good.
good. She looked
She look
good.
like herself.
To be honest, she looks better than she did at that trial, at least in my opinion. I don't know if she
Oh,
had a little bit of makeup on or something like that, but she done spruced herself up. But anyways, I wouldn't necessarily call it a glow up of any sorts. But she looks nice. She looks nice.
she look like
And
herself.
yes, very much so. She looks like herself. I'll give you that. She
Cause
doesn't.
you'd think she'd look a little haggard.
Oh yeah, you look like 10 miles of long hard road,
Like
honey.
like like
That's what I was expecting to see. You know what
yeah,
I'm
like
saying?
she'd been on meth for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You know, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, but hey, it is
You
what
never
it
know.
is. Anyways, so last week, I did want to talk about it, but I didn't end up talking about it. Miss Latasha Scott, she came out with a cover of some sorts of Chris Brown's Residual song, and she decided to speak on issues that she was having with her husband. She said that she separated from him, even though Tamika said otherwise. She says that things between her and her sister Tamika have been a little off, and how family ish goes. Those were her lyrics in that song. And she also said that she was kicked out of Escape, and things didn't go right with that. And I'm embarrassed for Latasha, to be honest. I don't know what she was thinking she would get out of this. I don't know if she felt she would receive vindication from doing something like this, or maybe she just wanted more attention on her. I don't know what the case was, but the brat got a call during the Ricky Smiley morning show from Tamika Scott, Latasha's sister, and she said, "I haven't spoken to her. We haven't spoken at all. Last time I saw her, we was at a family function, and her and my mama came in, and once they saw me, they walked right back out." Candy did an interview on a red
Why
carpet,
even
and
come?
right, exactly.
It's
Well,
a
you know
family.
Tamika gonna be there. And then Candy said on the red carpet, Latasha wasn't kicked out of Escape. She said she didn't want to do the shows no more. So we continued doing the shows without her. I mean, that was her decision. She didn't want to do it. We're not gonna make her be something that she don't want to be if she don't want to be it. So we gotta move on. We gotta make our money. Um I just feel for Latasha. I would hate to be in her shoes right now. However, it seems as though her actions have brought these things upon her life. That's what it seems like
Living
to
in the land of
me,
delusion.
that her actions have caused her the result that she's dealing with now. But at the same time, I still feel sorry for her because I don't know if there will be any interest in Latasha Scott from here on out. And as an artist who is still currently trying to do their artistry thing, there's nothing worse than no one having interest in what you are doing. But you I mean, we'll listen to it, sure, I guess. Probably won't buy it, probably won't purchase it, probably won't put no money in your pocket, girl. But it's hard to believe you when the facts of the matter say otherwise from or something opposite of what you are saying out of your mouth. And it's so easy to believe the truth when the truth is just staring you right in your face. Jennifer, what did you think of her cover of this song, and what did you think of the response? Now, Latasha did do an interview after Tamika's interview with the Brat on Ricky Smiley Morning Show. She said, "Yes, we have indeed talked, and we had a sister to sister talk, and she left it kind of vague, and we did talk, we talked, y'all." But what are your thoughts, Jennifer?
We don't need to hear about a conversation. We need to hear about a Zelle. We need to hear about a Cash App.
Okay, a payment. A payment from what you stole,
So
girl.
theft, payment, and then also
Okay,
payment for
restitution, honey.
her uh not saying anything about saying too much or going the legal route about it because her sister could have really been caught up for fraud.
Literally.
But she saved her in that way. Here's the thing. I know it's kind of easy to feel sorry for her because of her swinging and missing and stuff like that. But here's the issue.
So often.
This is what she put herself into. She did this to herself.
Mhm.
The only way for her to change is for her to start a process of changing her thought process. Um, I when I heard it originally, the thing, I was like, well, this may be all right, but I don't really get like excited for things like that. Like a lot of people got really excited, hoping that things were coming together. But thank God the next day, Tamika done came up into the spot and let everybody know what's really happening.
Right.
And one thing that Tamika was able to say about her sister that I would not have been able to know because because Tasha ain't my sister. Okay.
Right.
She said at the end, it just let her know she wasn't on no reconciliation stuff.
Yeah.
It was about, look, I did this, I got this attention, and we gonna talk about the residuals. No, you need to pay me my residuals.
Okay. I need my money, honey.
So all I could think about how Funky Dineva, he said that from the beginning. The only way you're gonna get back is once you get that lady her money back.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's crazy. And then before Tamika even got off the phone, she was like, "Yeah," and she didn't leave that man. Uh, it's just a song full of lies to get some attention for the moment, and her sister was so sweet about it, though. She said, "Oh, yeah, it was a really good song, her voice is unmatched,
She says she's my favorite singer. She'll
my
always be my
favorite
favorite
singer,"
singer. Yeah.
but, yeah, pe
How
I've
humble of
at
her
this
to say
point
that.
yeah, at this point, whether it's true or not, I am interested in seeing how things go because the truth always comes out. And not saying anybody has to drop tea or cheap things will be revealed, but with time, everything it gets revealed.
Yeah.
So, we shall see. And the issue with that is for her to say something like, I'm not with him anymore. So all she need to do is just slip up and let one person take a picture with them two out at a restaurant child, child about to say one picture of them out at the Golden Corral. Okay.
Okay. Not Ryan's, honey. Okay.
all it takes is just one picture. So this is not something I believe is fully resolved. I bet you some people wish it were, but
Of
it's like
course.
I don't see it. I don't see it. So once again, I certainly believe time will tell. Things will come together as one. We shall see. Um Miss Nana says she going to look real good going to the lower room. Oh Jesus. Since she sent her daughter to the upper one.
Okay.
You know that's right. Mm. Anywho,
Honey.
Bianca says I've been waiting to hear the scoop on this. I didn't have time to look into the story. Oh, okay. Miss Kim says Latasha Scott can kick rocks in flip flops.
Okay. In flip flops. Kick
She
rocks in flip flops.
she says she will never leave Rocky. If anything, he will leave her.
Exactly. I'm surprised he ain't left her yet.
Well, no,
Oh, well,
you,
maybe
you
he
you don't
has.
you don't leave the possibility of a cash cow. If you're still able to go out and do whatever you want to do and still keep her on a leash,
Mm.
he ain't going nowhere.
Why give it
Um,
up?
Miss Kim says Tamika needs to accept that her mom and sister are toxic. They mean her no good. She needs to keep her boundaries with him. Personally, I truly do believe that that is the case, though.
Hmm.
I believe she puts out there her true intentions, knowing that she would like to reconcile, and the door is still open because that is that her mother and sister. But you can see that she's not trying to reach out to them because that's what they need to be doing. Because yeah,
Right.
Miss Kim says Motown Gospel dropped Latasha after her album sold less than 700 albums.
That number to me when I heard it, I was like, that can't be true. Ain't no way that. What? Only seven? Really?
You you didn't buy
I
it.
didn't. I sure didn't buy it. Now, I don't know anybody else who would have wanted to buy it, but there are millions of people across America and billions of people across the world, and you, Lord. But I don't. I don't.
Uh, Bianca says, I agree, Miss Kim. Miss Kim says, I'm Team Tamika. Miss Nana says, Tamika was wrong. Ooh, let us know how she was wrong, sis. Um, Miss Kim says, the reason nothing is working for Latasha is because she's not right.
Mhm.
She's just as shisty as Rocky. Yeah, people that stay married that long that act like that are the same. And I think Latasha is a part of the story. Well, excuse me, Latasha is a learning lesson from Prophet Nene Leaks. You never win when you play dirty.
When you play dirty.
You can get far,
Yeah.
but winning that'll be somebody else's lot if you try to play dirty.
Right.
Um, Miss Nana says, "How can she sell anything when they were using her as marketing tactics?" Well, you know.
It's a possibility
She
that they were expecting her to show up at the venue. Who knows? I don't know. It could be a lot of different things, child. Could be a lot of different things.
but I remain um optimistic that everyone will do what they need to stay at peace, whatever that looks like.
Absolutely.
I said that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you did. Perfect wording, girl. Perfect wording. Anyways, so Sherry Shepherd on her show earlier this week, she was calling out some of the outfits that females have been wearing on red carpets that were exposing their body parts. For instance, Meg Thee Stallion at the Vanity Fair party, she had a beautiful, green gown on, feathers and everything, but then she just had pasties covering up her breasts and her nipples and things of that nature. And some other stars who are, showing body parts on the red carpet. And, Sherry's, point is you guys are role models for girls out here. You have girls looking up to you. She used the example of Meg Thee Stallion getting her degree, and she said, a lot of girls are looking up to you, and you've got to do better. And we I understand where Sherry is coming from here. I really do. I personally am not offended when I do see someone who's showing a particular body part, or if a body part is exposed on the red carpet. I do question the intentions behind it. Like, there must be a reason why you're wearing this thing that is exposing either your breast or your butt or your hoo-ha, whatever the case might be exposed. But I would question why someone would wear something like that. I remember, like, maybe about 10 years ago when Rihanna was receiving a fashion award, she wore a dress that was completely see-through. You could see all her, good Lord have mercies. And some people think that that's fashion, even though there's not much clothes to see. I mean, it's always interesting to me to see these types of dresses on the red carpet, and it's like, it's not necessarily making a fashion statement per se. It's more of a you statement. We're seeing you, all of you. We're seeing it all. And I personally would not want to do that personally. I have no friends who would want to do that, but even though I don't think I have any friends who would want to do that. But I understand why Sherry wanted to bring attention to this, because she wants. I'm sure she might have been directing this more towards Black women. I'm not exactly sure, but I understand where she's coming from. Sherry Shepherd has been known to be somewhat conservative, as opposed to maybe some other liberal talk show and TV hosts. Although I will say, I feel as though her views on certain things have evolved as the years have gone on, as compared to when she was on The View over 10 years ago. But I respect Sherry Shepherd's standpoint on women women not exposing themselves on the red carpet, because it does lead some to believe that those women don't respect themselves. That's not to say that those women who do that don't respect themselves, but it leads some people to believe that those women don't respect themselves and they just want to do whatever it is that they want to do. Again, I have nothing against it. To me personally, I didn't like the dress that Meg Thee Stallion was wearing. I didn't. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't think it looked that good. Your boobie is just hanging out there. Like, it's when things like that. Even when Little Kim had the pasty, I didn't necessarily like that either. I mean, I love the design of the outfit altogether, but just to have her left boobie just out there, like, okay, it doesn't say anything about fashion to me, because you're exposing your body. There's nothing covering it with fabric or clothing, or so. I don't understand how showing. I don't know if I can say the N word, the NUDE. Can I say that on YouTube?
You can say nude.
Okay, but showing nudity, I don't understand why people show nudity on the red carpet when the red carpet is all about fashion. Jennifer, what is your standpoint on this particular topic?
So, for to me, this really is a perspective kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
believe there is a wrong or right. I
Hmm.
just believe it's what's right for you. Now, to feel a way about seeing it, I think that's something that you may need to deal with within yourself as well. I'm
Right.
not saying it's right for them or wrong for them to be doing it, but sometimes the thought process, if I could, I would. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but one thing that I saw is that everybody comes of age. Everybody goes from space to space, from thought process to thought process as we age and grow. And even like I'm happy that you brought up that for that fashion award that Rihanna got, what she was
Hmm.
wearing for that. First of all, she did look gorgeous.
And even had like a do rag looking thing on her head with it. Like
Can,
it
can
looked.
can it be a scarf? Can it be a wrap, Jonathan?
Oh, I'm sorry, a wrap. Yeah, I'm sorry. Do
Because
rag.
this is
That's just
fashion.
me. Yeah, no.
But but she looked gorgeous. And I saw her in an interview within the last like 2 years, and she
Yeah.
said, I was wearing that. So
Right.
it's like we just have to, instead of, in my opinion, this is how I feel. This is Jennifer.
Right.
And I feel instead of trying to tell the girls to do something else, I believe we all should reach back to who we were at those ages.
Right. Yeah.
And if I had that body, what would I be wearing on that stage, on that red carpet? What would I be doing? Not saying that it's right or wrong, to be honest. I wouldn't have been doing that, but I would have been showing a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Than what I
Right.
would than what I was back then. You know what I'm saying?
Little more hips,
So
little more leg.
yeah, and it's like the to be not to be truthfully honest, I feel the only time that I would be concerned about what they're wearing is once they get older and they still looking like that.
Mm,
Um, like sometimes, like Tony Braxton and some of her outfits that I've seen her wear sometimes, it's like,
yeah.
okay,
Really?
girl, we get
For
it.
real?
You're naked. We get it, girl. We get it. You know what I'm saying? At what
Yeah.
point do we just keep it like show something and not that much else? Um, because I have this ratio thing. Are you ready to go down this road with me, Jonathan?
I'm ready. Let's go. I'm putting on my seatbelt.
Okay. When you're wearing clothes, you're naked if we could see boobage as well as legs, as well as midriff. You might as well be naked.
Yeah.
Cover, at least leave something covered up.
Leave something to the imagination.
One of the two, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the two. Because sometimes if you do, it's okay to have shorts and midriff out, but shorts, midriff, and boobies out, you're naked,
Yeah.
okay? That's just my ratio. I think I might have to choose that to my children's. Anywho, but there's a time frame. There's an age where you are just into who you are. I'm not surprised Meg Thee Stallion did what she did.
Me either.
I'm not.
And I'm not hating on it. I just didn't
Oh,
perfectly like
okay.
it. It's just
No, no.
not my
I
style.
think it could have been did better too. It's not. That wasn't for me. I like the
Yeah.
color. That color green was very nice. I
And I
like the
love the
feathers,
feathers too. The
but
feathers looked
I didn't agree
gorgeous.
it was bad. But
Okay.
but the other naked people on there, I think it was done very tastefully. I like I saw somebody else naked. They had a sheer shirt and like a um jewelry like around the boobies and stuff like that. Just all
Okay.
kinds of cool, nice stuff and stuff. And it's like, the stuff is made to be worn. Okay,
Hmm.
you don't have to wear it, but hey, if you want to do it and it look good,
It looks
do,
good.
do that. Okay,
Do it.
do that. So, as far as Sherry talking about it, I'm not surprised.
No.
Um, but when so with subjects like that, if we're not having a fully encompassed conversation about it,
Hmm.
it sounds like hating at some point. Um,
You're right.
Miss Kim says, "I wish the black aunties would call out trash brothers instead of chastising women. The dress was very bold, but no need to scold her publicly." And I
Mm.
wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Miss Kim also says, I wore a sheer blouse and pasties in my 20s for a New Year's Eve party. I
Yes.
respected myself then and now. I was trying to be sexy, and I was.
Right. And was. Okay. And did. Okay.
And there's my whole thought process right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about it being okay for it to be done out in public. It's about who are you and how
Right.
are you feeling and what are you conveying? Does it look good? Okay, go out there. Anyway, Bianca says 100% Jen. Thank you so much. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Thanks so much for being here, boo. Love you, girl.
Aaron says hi to everyone in the chat. Hi to Bianca. Hi to Miss Kim. Everyone says hello back to her. Ooh, chat, but that's how I feel.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That I loved your
As a
standpoint on that.
woman.
As a woman, right? Because we don't see the men's out here just showing their all their good Lord have
Okay.
mercy.
We need to be seeing some cheeks out there. Cause Prince ain't had no problem doing it. Okay.
Okay,
Cheeks all the way out.
girl, I would run around this whole room, honey. Girl, I love the cheeks, honey.
Bianca says,
I
leave
want to
something.
see 'em.
Ooh, Bianca says, leave something for the man to chase for. Don't let everyone see your husband's prize. But still, be sexy though, to let them know that you're that girl. And I agree with all that
There
too.
was a girl on season 2 of America's Next Top Model, and for their first photo shoot, it was a nude shoot. Nigel Barker was the photographer. She was a Christian woman. She had her thoughts and beliefs, and she said that's that my and they were posing with a naked a nude male model, and she said I don't want nobody but my husband down in my nether regions. I don't I and I respect that. I respect that. Now modeling may not be the job for you
Or
if
that kind
if
of
that if
modeling.
that's going to be your stance.
But
But I respect that. If you're going to stick to those morals, do that. Do that. But when it comes to these other girls who got the body and got the youth behind them and got the attention on them, if they're comfortable with doing it,
so be it.
so be it.
Do
So be
you,
it.
boo boo.
Now, I know that I made a video on Married to Medicine and Housewives of Potomac, but I just want to talk about both really quickly. First of all, with Married to Medicine, I am not liking the way, excuse me, that this season has been going. Now, that's not to say that I'm apologizing or being an apologist for Dr. G, because Dr. G is who he is, and that song that he made on this most recent episode, it was so cringy, and it was just like this grown man making this song, and then you
Ugh.
hear Sweet Tea in the background. Oh, you did good, honey. Like it was. Oh Lord, I wish I had never heard it, but at the same time, I don't like the way that specifically Dr. Heavenly, Toya, and Quad are coming down on Sweet Tea for not speaking on her husband's behalf and trying to speak up for his behavior. When it was King who approached Dr. G, and it was King who took off his shirt and ran towards Dr. G. We're going to ignore all the things that Quad said during this couple's kind of question and answer thing. How many times a week do you have relations? And how many days did you go on before you had relations? Oh, me and my man, Miss Quad, we do it at least 15 times a week, honey. And I think Sweet Tea is the perfect woman for my ex-husband. And we're just going to ignore all those things that Quad has been saying for these last couple of weeks. Now, I will admit, I do believe that Dr. G brought Sweet Tea back on this show to rub Sweet Tea in Quad's face. I do believe that he did that specifically to, show Quad, I've moved on, I'm doing better. And, that's the immaturity of someone like Dr. G. However, I don't respect, or I cannot respect these girls for getting on Sweet Tea for nothing. Sweet Tea, yes, Sweet Tea ran over to Dr. G because that's her husband. And she saw her husband was getting attacked. But then, they go to Quad's house and Toya says, if I have to choose, I'm going to choose you. And Quad starts crying. And I hated it. I hated it. It was disgusting to me. And for Phaedra to say that these are mean girls, Phaedra was right. As much as I do not care for nobody's Phaedra Parks, honey, Phaedra was right. These are mean girls. And just because you're Dr. Simone or Dr. Jackie and you don't necessarily contribute that much to the hateration or holleration in the dancery, you're still guilty by association because these are still your girlfriends and you still pal around the town with these girls. And I hate the fact that they are really trying to excommunicate Dr. G and Sweet Tea from the equation because they're not fitting in. Yes, they're not fitting in, but they're here too. I hate the fact that we're completely ignoring Quad's actions, words, and things that she has been saying to try to get back to Dr. G. It's all immature. It's all petty, and it's all disgusting. And I don't like it. Jennifer, have you seen any of these episodes? And what are your thoughts on the way that these girls are treating Sweet Tea and Dr. G? Understanding Dr. G's actions, he's not innocent either, but what are your thoughts on it?
Um, I personally really wish Dr. G. See, he wouldn't be on the show if he was the man that I wish he would be.
Exactly.
I wish he had more confidence in himself as well as his relationship. At the
Right.
beginning, you could see that Sweet Tea had no issue with what was going on and around him. Yes, I do believe they were pushed, but their maturity should have and their relationship should have kept them in their square.
Right.
What it didn't need to be any of that. Um, as far as the Mean Girls thing, of course, but as far as what's her name, choosing Quad and them,
Toya.
Toya, I think it's because I kind of agree with her on that
Okay.
because I think there's a chance that Dr. G is just a little bit more unhinged.
Very much so. Absolutely.
So
It's easier
if
that way.
if anyone is going to stay off of anybody, I think it'll be y'all instead of y'all.
Right.
I personally don't think that was as much as a heartwarming thing as they took it to be, in my opinion.
With Miss Quad, it's got to be. I've appreciate because Quad and Toya have been going at it since day one. So
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why Quad felt as though that was needed in the moment because she had not seen eye to eye with Toya up until now. But it was so over dramatic. But that's who.
But that's
Quad is.
Quad, just
Yeah.
overly dramatic because that was an adult decision though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Very
Like,
much so.
let me
Absolutely.
just go with the person that's a lot less unhinged rather than these people. So,
And
yeah,
she's
I didn't.
also like the star of the show.
Let's be real. Okay, and y'all
I
making us hold on
mean,
to her
I
for as much as we
mean,
tried to get rid of her.
for as
Yeah,
long as she's been divorced from Dr. G, still ain't got another medical man. But hey, she's still on the show, and she still has opening credits. But
child,
hey,
I guess. Miss Kim says, I need Greg and Sweet Tea off Married to Medicine next season. I agree
yeah,
wholeheartedly.
yeah,
To be honest, I believe if that happens, they're gonna get divorced. Watch. Because I don't believe there's any other reason why he got with her. Not saying that she
probably,
ain't a wonderful woman. I believe that she really could be. I don't know her
yes,
from a can of paint, but I don't believe that he got with her just for those reasons. You can tell through his actions.
hmm,
Um, and I hated the way he treated her at that house. He
yeah,
he's the definition of a band. You hear me?
yes,
Every bit
very
of
much
one.
so.
Every
That's
bit
the
of
type of
one.
man that Dr. Heavenly was trying to allude to in her
Exactly.
video in the
Exactly.
previous week. Like we get it,
Exactly.
and she should have said it. I'm not talking about a Dr. G. You know what I'm saying? A BITCHASSNIGGA. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mm,
Hmm. Bianca says Quad did smart. Uh, excuse me, Quad did start it, but Dr. G did a lot to King before King got activated, and I agree.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah.
If he didn't have to go, none of them had to go as far as they did, but it's
Right.
like maturity starts with yourself. It does you
Hmm.
the way that I feel, the way I stand in my square about me, myself, who I am, and my relationship has nothing to do with any of the things that you're trying to spew at me. I'm gonna stay right here. Feel how you feel. But they poked at it because you know what? She knew he was gonna get up. She knew she was about
They
to get a
had
reaction.
the right one, two, and three, honey. Okay.
Okay. Child. Miss Kim says I also need uh these middle-aged adults to stop playing truth or dare On these couples trips.
Okay, Miss Kim, please. Like we asking questions like we teenagers. Like we ain't been married for 20 plus years. Like what the who does this? What grown people do this?
Yeah, I don't think they would like me and Tyrone on it because
No.
I'd get in your business. It's like, just have conversations about what conversating people have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real conversation. I like put people on the hot seat. But it's like,
But we all know that they're doing this just for the show. Like we
because
know,
they ain't
like
got
if
nothing
they
else
were not
better
on
to
this
do.
show, they would not be having these questions or these conversations. Like, come on. But they're just doing it for the reality TV of it all.
Because they ain't gonna allow them to bring some Uno and just shoot that.
Spades.
Anyway, Bianca says, I agree with all that, Miss Kim. Bianca also says they all contribute. People look over all the facts, in my opinion, because Dr. G and Sweet Tea did it to Quad. When they thought she didn't have a man, in my opinion. I
Right.
agree.
That's it. That's exactly what I said. That's why I think Dr. G brought Sweet Tea back onto the show to kind of rub
Of
Sweet Tea
her.
in Quad's face.
Dustin
He did.
says, I am not watching the season of Married to Medicine at all. It's safe to be Sweet Tea. Oh, it's safe to say it's Sweet Tea final season. Aaron says hello to Dustin. Miss Kim says, I hope you're right, Dustin.
Yeah.
Um, Bianca says, Dustin, we spoke on this on LC Live. If Sweet Tea don't take come on, if Sweet Tea don't take the red flags, we can't save her. You got that right.
You're right. You're
He
right.
he trashed her. He trashed her on camera,
On
which proves
camera.
Quad's point.
Microphone still on. Yes, you are not literally in the camera might not be in front of you, but your microphone is still on, sir. We hear every single word coming out you and Sweet Tea's mouth.
And if she continues to stay with that man, we'll see where her heart is. Is her heart with that the TV channel, the big old house, and that money, or is she here for love? And also on top of that, I don't believe a baby's gonna come. Can I tell you why?
No. Tell me though. Tell me.
It's not even about her body. It's not about anything but who Dr. G is. God knows who don't need to have a child.
Amen.
And the way he acting, imagine if he had a young son.
Oh Lord.
You would have 2 B words up in the house. We all a bunch of estrogen filled hoes.
Okay.
No. Imagine how that child will act, Jonathan.
I don't want to.
No wonder Quad had a bunch of dogs.
Okay.
Sheesh.
And no wonder she didn't want to have that man's babies.
No wonder. She was being smart. Let me tell you something. As we see it with somebody else, because we didn't really see the tearing down and stuff. They didn't really put that on Front Street on the show. So now that we see it with Sweet Tea, it's like,
I feel like we saw glimpses of it. Like, for instance, when he fell on the ground laughing during one of I think it was like a therapy session of some or something of that nature. Like, there was disrespect here and there, but we didn't see as blatantly as we see it with Sweet Tea.
Or when he drove off that one day in that Mini Cooper.
Right. Like, nigga, you
he can't even have a whole car. Jonathan, I wish you would try to marry somebody like that. I'd be hurting his feelings in front of your face. I do not care.
I would never.
I wish you might. Jonathan, I wish you might.
It might be a coupe of some sort, but it ain't gonna be no mini coupe. That's for damn sure. Okay.
I have Tyrone put hands on that man. Look, I wish you might marry some band. Anyway, Bianca says, maturity starts with yourself. Put that on a shirt.
Yes.
That's exactly where it starts. Miss Kim says Sweet Tea isn't leaving Dr. G. We know. It's unfortunate though. Bianca says, so why are we saying that Quad did too much? She only talked her ish back. I think it feels like it's too much because there is so much weight in her words.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Quad being Quad. I'm not saying that she's doing too much. It's just that she's doing what she normally does. And in this type of environment and situation is then amplified to me because of the situation that she had with Dr. G and the fact that Dr. G's new wife is sitting right here and you're just being so blatantly shady and so blatantly disrespectful. It's like it's a lot for me. It really is a lot for me. And also for the fact that I don't think Quad has any business still being on the show for the last 5 years. So
She been coasting.
that's right. And so it's like and I know that the fan base will just go crazy for Quad doing what Quad does, and it's just extremely annoying to me. Quad is an annoyance to William Jonathan Lee, and that's why I don't like it so much. But again, I understand Dr. G is not innocent. I truly understand that Dr. G is not innocent in all this because once again, he brought Sweet Tea onto the show to rub her in Quad's face. So he asked for this. He signed up for this, and so I get that. It's just that for me and my eyes, I don't want to see Quad doing what she's doing. I personally don't want to see it.
Yeah, but hey. Bianca says, from what they did to her on the previous season, yeah.
Right.
Let's say get back. Bianca says, I agree, Jen, 100%. We'd all be we'd all be effed up. Then he tried to file charges on attempted assault.
I didn't know there was such a thing as attempted assault.
Attempted assault? I almost hit you.
I've never heard of that a day in my life.
I've heard of a threat, but attempted. Where do we? She said, where we do that at?
What's that penal code? Because I'm unfamiliar.
Dr. G is lost. Did y'all hear his song? Something ain't right, y'all.
That's Jennifer. Did you hear that song?
I refuse to.
Okay.
Look, and then on top of that, those issues, it's just the irony that he is a doctor,
a therapist,
and people have been looking up his health grades and all that stuff. What people had to say, child, he is himself with everybody. Mamir's here.
Hey, Mamir.
She said, "Sorry, I'm late, but I'll catch the replay. Thank you so much for making it on in.
I appreciate that."
Ooh, the alarm done went off. Dustin says, "Have a good night, y'all. Love y'all very much."
Good night, Dustin.
Good night, Dustin. And Bianca says, "But her words were true. They hurt."
I know.
And we see it from how Dr. G is treating Sweet Tea now. Remember, the husbands don't get paid. He came here to come for Quad. And because she got a better get back, she's wrong. That was Jonathan. I ain't feel that way.
I hear you, Bianca. I hear you. You are right. You are right. You are right. You got this one, Bianca. It's true. This is just me and my dislike for Quad. I'm speaking from a standpoint of my dislike.
That's the well Quad. You're digging from.
It is. It's the well that I'm drawing from right now. It's the fact that I just don't like Quad, and for her to be doing all this, it just irks me. It really does. But Dr. G, like I said, Dr. G is not innocent, and that song that he did was a straight up fool.
Mamir says, I'd be so embarrassed if my husband pressed charges against someone who didn't touch him and then sang a song about it. Bianca says, happy Thursday, babe, to Mamir. Mamir says, happy almost Friday, Bianca. Hope you're doing good, darling. And Bianca says, I love you, Jonathan. I get it.
I love you too, Bianca. Yeah, it's just I just don't like Quad. I'm sorry, I just don't like her. Real quick before we get out of here, so Stacey was outed during the third part of the reunion. TJ put her business on blast, telling Eddie, Wendy's fine ass husband, that he was paid by Stacey to appear on the show as her man. Now, this entire season, Stacey had been saying that TJ was her best friend, that she loves TJ. Now, do I believe that Stacey and TJ are best friends? Absolutely not. I think this is a result of Stacey not knowing who TJ was, not knowing what his personality was going to give on camera, not knowing that he was going to give off the zesty vibes that people saw on episode 1 of season 9 of Housewives of Potomac, that he was hugging all up on the trainer. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, look at your big ass muscles. And but didn't want to touch Stacey. Don't get away from me with this girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she knew what to expect when it came to TJ. That's probably the reason why she didn't want him coming on the reunion. That's probably the reason why she didn't want to. Right. Who's a horrible actor? TJ? Because I don't think TJ was trying. I don't think TJ.
Okay, he wasn't even trying. You're
right.
He
wasn't, because the way that he was treating her this entire season, telling her not to touch him, and the way that he talked to her at Wendy's celebration, and Stacey didn't know what she was signing up for. So Stacey got what she paid for, I guess. But
at least everybody else we know that hired somebody, they hired them like second season,
Right, not the first season, but Stacey got put on blast. Andy told her to call TJ right then and there to see what he had to say personally, and Stacey refused to do so. And she says she does not care what the other girls think of her possibly paying this man to be her significant other on the show. But I think the funniest thing is everybody else sees it this exact same way, that she paid. It was not a surprise to anyone that TJ came out and said, yeah, she paid for them. We see that. Like we see this. This was so evident in the way that you treated this woman. And TJ is nothing but a stunt queen. And I'm here for it. I am here for the stunts and shows that TJ, girl, TJ giving us one of the girls, not saying, just allegedly saying he just might be one of the girls. Jennifer,
you never know.
You never know. Did this come as a surprise to you, Jennifer? Not having to go into any details because we already almost 10 minutes over on the show, but I just wanted to get to this topic.
Y'all know, you can see it. A person in a relationship, we know how people in relationships act and look. So we knew, everybody knew there was something up. So when he said what he said, now I don't know how fully true that is, whether or not she's actually owing him money. For all
I don't
we
know
know,
either.
For all we know, she just pulled him in, just play my boyfriend, okay, and was done with it. And I believe that he could have added 20 on 10 because he does sound like a stunt queen.
Okay,
Maybe he's just saying what he needed to say to be saying stuff so it could be sensationalized.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's a new word for y'all. You better hold on to that one. Miss Kim says, Quad gets on my nerves. I want her off the show too. She's not even married to medicine, my love.
My love. Mariah's read to her a couple seasons ago. Yes.
Bianca says, I told y'all Stacey was shisty when she came for Karen and Wendy's relationship. She's a beautiful liar.
Come on, Beyonce and Shakira. Beautiful liar.
Miss Kim says, Stacey didn't have him sign an NDA. How stupid of her. Now that is, you would think she'd be smarter than that, though.
You would think. She seems like she's smarter than that.
Yeah. Let's see. Bianca says, exactly, Miss Kim. She's a pretty lie. Pretty ass lie. That's what she said.
Yes, she is.
Mamera says, Bianca, I didn't want to believe it, but you're right.
Yeah.
Bianca says, Mamera, I don't like Ashley, but the one time she told the truth.
Right.
The one time she told the truth, I had to acknowledge it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So it is what it is for me. They all can get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us this evening for my Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. We done went over about 14 minutes, child, but thank y'all so much for hanging on in there with us. Jennifer, why don't you give us your social media contacts real quick before we get up out of here?
Hello, I'm Delight of the Leo on TikTok. I'm Delight of the Leo on Discord as well as YouTube. Please join us on YouTube at the Light of the Leo every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can have a nice time of live and stuff. We enjoy each other and we can decompress on the Monday. I didn't know how much I needed it until I created it. Thank goodness we decompress on the Mondays. Um, and on Saturdays, please join us for prayer on Faithful Warrior Ministries. Just type that in, you'll see me with an afro. And just go ahead and subscribe to that. You'll like it. But we go live every Saturday at 10-ish a.m. to do prayer. So come join us for those things at that time. God bless.
Wonderful. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JonathanLee07. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining us for this night of Hot Topics and Social Commentary. I love this day of the week. This is one of my favorite days of the week because I get to know what you guys are thinking about the hottest topics and going on in the world. So thank y'all so much for indulging us with this show. I love you guys for watching. Once again, subscribe to my channel, press that like button, leave a comment, share JoJo Speaks with your family, friends, and loved ones, press the notification bell, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys on Saturday for Faithful Warrior Ministries. But once again, join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. Until then, we'll say bye for now, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend and stay warm out there. And daylight savings time is this Saturday. So make sure you...
We're losing an hour.
Yes. So make sure we jump ahead. Oh, and make sure you guys check out the new episodes of Beauty in Black on Netflix. They went out today. So if you watched the first season, like I did, make sure you check out those new episodes. They are out as of today. Love you guys for watching. Take care, you guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming on in and hit that like button like Mary told you to.
Yes.